Elon Musk has completely changed Twitter over the last couple of months. Between verified blue checkmarks being available to purchase and giving his employees the ultimatum between quitting and building Twitter 2.0, the platform has experienced a complete 180. So what has been happening? In this video, I'll go over the timeline of events between Elon first investing in Twitter and Twitter 2.0. Elon began investing in Twitter on January 29th. You can see here on the SEC filings, this represents a 54% premium over the closing price of the common stock on January 28th, 2022, the trading day before the reporting person began investing in the issuer. On March 14th, Elon became the largest shareholder in the company. His investment in Twitter reached 9.2% of the total shares. He had 73,486,938 shares out of the 800,641,166 total. Slowly, Elon set his sights on changing Twitter. Elon disclosed this stake in Twitter on April 4th. His investment was worth around $2.89 billion based on the previous trading day. Twitter stock rose over 27% once Elon announced this. On April 5th, Twitter announced that Musk is going to be joining the board of directors. You can see that the Twitter CEO actually tweeted about Musk joining the board of directors. Here he is tweeting, "I'm excited to share that we're appointing Elon Musk to our board. Through conversations with Elon in recent weeks, it became clear to us that he would bring great value to our board." And then he replied to that as well, saying, "He's both a passionate believer and intense critic of the service, which is exactly what we need on Twitter and in the boardroom to make us stronger in the long term. Welcome, Elon." This tweet was welcoming Elon as part of the board of directors. I don't think anyone really expected this, so big changes were coming. A couple days later, on April 9th, Elon decided that he's not going to join the board of directors. On the morning of becoming an official board member, Elon backed out and decided to go back on his deal. This was 4 days after the Twitter CEO welcomed Elon. The CEO tweeted this: "Elon Musk has decided not to join our board. Here's what I can share about what happened." So they had a bunch of discussions. They're excited to collaborate. This tweet doesn't give us a lot of information. It's very generic, so we don't really know what caused Elon to back out. It seemed like Elon didn't want to join the board of directors. Elon was playing games. What was he trying to do? Was he trying to manipulate the market again? Why would he reverse his decision so suddenly? On April 14th, Elon switched from wanting to be on the board of directors to owning Twitter. He offered to buy Twitter at $52.40, which was 38% more than Twitter was worth at the time. In the SEC filing, he leaves a message saying he wants to buy Twitter to enable free speech on the platform, and how it has extraordinary potential to be a useful tool in improving the United States' functioning democracy. So instead of being on the board of directors, Elon will now become the owner of Twitter and do whatever he wants with it. The day after Musk offered to buy Twitter, Twitter adopted a poison pill. This poison pill is called the limited duration shareholders' rights plan. Once an individual or entity has 15% of the total shares of the company, other shareholders will be able to purchase extra discounted shares, adding to the total and diluting Musk's holding power. This means if Musk tried to buy up all the shares, other people could buy additional shares, and that would dilute Musk's ownership of the stock. This poison pill was adopted to stop Elon from manipulating the Twitter stock price. On April 21st, according to an SEC filing, Musk stated that he secured $46.5 billion in financing to potentially purchase Twitter. Morgan Stanley provided him with $25.5 billion in loans, and Elon provided around $21 billion of his own money. One thing you have to realize is that rich people don't play with their own money. On paper, he has $46.5 billion in loans to purchase Twitter. Rich people using their own money for large investments means that there's more risk involved. Plus, they wouldn't have the same leverage. Rich people use debt to further expand their wealth, while poor people use debt to further expand their debt. Twitter accepted Elon Musk's offer to buy Twitter on April 25th. I mean, how could they not? It was a great deal for a company that wasn't making a lot of money to begin with. The deal was valued around $44 billion. On April 29th, Elon sold around $8.5 billion worth of Tesla stock to help finance his purchase of Twitter. Over the next month, Tesla stock lost about 28% of its value. About a week after selling Tesla stock, Elon gets $7 billion more in financing from companies and individuals like Larry Ellison, Binance, Fidelity, and more. Larry Ellison is the co-founder of Oracle, which is the company that created Java. I'm sure a lot of you know Binance. It's a huge cryptocurrency trading platform. Fidelity is a financial company. At this point, you should be catching on to the fact that Elon is starting to realize his capital. $8.5 billion from selling Tesla stock, and now another $7 billion from other people. He is gathering his money along with all the other loans he took out. On May 6th, Elon pitched the quintupling of Twitter's revenue by 2028. In 2021, Twitter's annual revenue was around $5 billion. So what Elon is saying is that he would increase Twitter's annual revenue to $28 billion by 2028. How would he do this, you ask? The first thing he proposed to do is cut the percentage of advertising revenue from the total revenue. Currently, Twitter's advertising revenue is about 90% of the total revenue. This means that 90% of Twitter's revenue comes from advertising. The second thing he proposed was increasing their payments business. Basically, while you're using the app, sometimes you will be able to buy things straight from the app or tip someone. This doesn't just apply to Twitter. You see apps like Instagram with a dedicated shopping page. These businesses take a percentage of every purchase on their platform, therefore generating revenue. It's also the same for credit card companies. For every credit card purchase, the credit card company will take a couple of cents. That's why you see smaller shops saying they don't accept American Express or don't accept credit cards for a purchase under $10. He said that by 2028, it should grow to $1.3 billion. The next thing he pitched was to increase average user revenue by $5.39. This would also increase total revenue. He also wants to expand Twitter's user base to 931 million users. Currently, it has about 200-something million users. He expects that this Twitter Blue subscription model will bring in more revenue and increase the user base. In the pitch deck, he also has a subscription goal towards a product listed as X. This product is yet to be known. He expects to have 108 million subscribers for this product by 2028. What do we know about Project X? We don't know a lot, but we know Musk might try to introduce an ad-free service to Twitter. He also predicts that he's going to hire more employees, over 3,600 employees to be exact. Basically how much he just fired. Not sure how well that is going to go. The last part of the plan is to raise the free cash flow to $9.4 billion. This is money a company can use to pay off its debt. Elon has all these plans to grow Twitter as a business, but right now with the way things are going, they look a little less than ambitious. On May 10th, Musk stated that once he owns Twitter, he will reverse Donald Trump's ban. According to ABC News, he made this statement during a virtual automobile conference. On May 12th, as Musk's acquisition process continued, Twitter announced a temporary hiring freeze. Kayvon Beagpour, the head of consumer product, and Bruce Falk, the head of revenue, left the company the same day. The day after the temporary hiring freeze, Musk announced that the Twitter deal was on hold. He said it was on hold until Twitter could verify that its user base had less than 5% of spam/fake accounts. As the acquisition took longer and longer, Twitter filed a lawsuit against Musk on May 26 to force him to complete the deal. The lawsuit claims that Musk was holding off on the acquisition to manipulate the stock. Ever since he announced he was buying the company, Twitter's stock fell 27%. Obviously, stockholders don't want to lose value, so they decided to fight against Musk. Remember the tweet about spam/fake accounts? Well, this is coming back to that topic. Elon threatened to pull out of the acquisition deal if Twitter could not prove that it had less than 5% of bots in its user base. Twitter says that it has been sharing all this information in accordance with the terms of the merger agreement. Most likely, Elon was trying to use this fake account problem to get out of the acquisition. A couple days later, after his threat to pull out, on July 8th, he moved to terminate his acquisition, again citing the fake/spam accounts. For some reason, he really wanted to cancel this deal. On July 12th, Twitter launches another lawsuit against Elon to force him to complete the acquisition. They used the SEC letters as evidence and were ready to fight to close Elon's original deal. On July 19th, the trial date for the lawsuit was set in October, meaning that it got expedited. The wait began. On October 4th, Musk offered to complete the deal to acquire Twitter. This was after a month of trying to get out of it. This offer would stand at Elon's original $54.20 a share, total cost around $44 billion. About a month later, on October 28th, he actually closed the deal. This was right before the lawsuit Twitter brought against him would have moved forward. The CEO, Parag Agrawal, Chief Legal Officer Vijaya Gade, Chief Financial Officer Ned Siegel, and General Counsel Sam Edgett were fired. On November 4th, Twitter announced that it will be laying off half its workforce, around 3,000 employees. That is a huge layoff. It seems to coincide with other tech companies' layoffs recently, but this one is really big. Half a company is nothing to laugh at. 5 days after Elon cut half the workforce, he launched a new subscription service on Twitter called Twitter Blue. I'm sure you know how on Twitter, if you're a verified public persona or company, you get a verified blue checkmark next to your name. To get verified, you have to have a large enough following and be relatively well known. Your identity is then manually verified by someone on the Twitter team, then you receive the checkmark. With Twitter Blue, anyone could pay $8 a month and receive the same blue checkmark. And yes, I mean anyone. Just look at all these examples. After all these impersonations of verified users, Elon decided to change the blue checkmark to gray. He then immediately reverted this change and then changed it back. I mean, look at this, they have 2 checkmarks now. How many checkmarks does Twitter need? On November 19th, Elon reinstated Donald Trump following a poll he posted on Twitter. The day following Trump's unban, he also unbanned Kanye. While Trump hasn't tweeted anything, Kanye has tweeted out this. Testing, testing. On November 22nd, Elon stated in an internal leaked meeting that he wanted to create Twitter 2.0. This Twitter 2.0 would have video chat, voice calls, and encrypted DMs. He also spoke to the creator of Signal, an ex-Twitter employee, about potentially encrypting Twitter's DMs. This video is done with this update. I'm sure there will be a lot of other crazy updates once I upload this. Discuss them in the comments. Anyways, what do you think Elon is trying to do with Twitter? To me, it seems like he's trying to turn it into a platform, with a lot of censorship rules gone, and him only enforcing rules when it benefits him. Encrypting the Twitter DMs will hide that information from the government, so they can't just subpoena Twitter anymore. Musk might face regulatory issues with Twitter 2.0, but let's see what else he has in store. Make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Peace.